You're fixing something. Could be a ceramic mug, a broken toy, a loose sole on your favorite sneakers. You squeeze the tube, the glue comes out, and then somehow your fingers are the thing that got fixed together. You're pinching and pulling and making that face. And the crazy part? It happened in seconds. But here's the thing nobody stops to ask. Why skin? Why does superglue bond to you faster than it bonds to half the things you're actually trying to fix? Welcome to Learn Something New today. And the answer starts in a lab. Not with a genius trying to make the world's strongest glue, but with a scientist who just wanted to make a better gun sight. It's 1942. World War II is pushing chemists to solve problems fast. A researcher named Harry Coover at Eastman Kodak is testing compounds for precision optical sights for guns. He stumbles onto a chemical called cyanoacrylate. It's a disaster for his project. The stuff sticks to everything. He tosses it aside. Then, 9 years later, in 1951, Coover rediscovers it, runs new tests, and realizes the problem was actually the product. Superglue hits store shelves in 1958. The mistake becomes a billion-dollar industry. So what makes cyanoacrylate so aggressively sticky? Here's the key. It doesn't work like regular glue. Most adhesives work by drying. The solvent evaporates, and what's left hardens. Superglue doesn't dry. It polymerizes. That's a chemistry word, but the idea is simple. Imagine a bunch of short, identical paper clips scattered loosely in a box. That's the liquid glue sitting in the tube. Now imagine something triggers them all to hook together end to end at the same time, instantly forming one long, rigid chain that locks everything in place. That's polymerization. The trigger? Water. Specifically, moisture. Cyanoacrylate molecules are hyperreactive to hydroxide ions, which are just a natural part of any water molecule. And here's where your skin becomes the problem, or rather, the perfect catalyst. Human skin is never fully dry. There's always a thin layer of moisture on the surface, humidity in the air, natural oils, microscopic sweat. The second superglue touches your finger, it hits that moisture, and the chain reaction fires instantly. It's not bonding to your skin exactly. It's using your skin's moisture as the trigger to bond to itself, right around your skin. But here's what nobody tells you. Superglue doesn't actually make a chemical bond with your skin cells. It makes a mechanical one. Those long polymer chains, the ones that formed in milliseconds, they flow into the microscopic ridges and valleys of your fingerprints, into the tiny pores and texture of your skin's surface, and then they harden. It's less like a magnet snapping to metal and more like pouring plaster into a mold. The plaster doesn't fuse with the mold, it just takes its shape so perfectly that it can't come out. That's why acetone, nail polish remover, works to separate it. It doesn't break a chemical bond, it just softens the polymer enough to let it release its grip on the texture of your skin. Next time you're using superglue, keep your skin slightly drier than normal. Don't touch your face or lick your fingers beforehand. And if you do get glued, don't panic and rip. That tears skin. Instead, reach for nail polish remover with acetone. Soak the area gently and let the polymer soften and release. You're not breaking a bond. You're just collapsing a mold. And now you're the person at the table who actually knows why. If this made you look at your junk drawer a little differently, hit like. It genuinely helps the channel. Subscribe to learn something new today, because we do this every week for the everyday stuff you never thought to question.